Our residents have things they want to see. They have issues they would like to see addressed. So I look forward to listening. My dad taught me to play golf early in my childhood, and he used to say, keep the ball down the middle of the fairway. So I think we should govern the same way, down the middle of the fairway. Look, I put my head on the pillow at night as if I was going to be before a Senate confirmation hearing tomorrow. I value my integrity.
Hey everybody, and welcome to In the Running, the podcast where we bring your local elections to life.
We're your hosts, May Dapkus and Olivia Self, two rising juniors at Mountain Brook High School.
We started this podcast to help inform local voters on who is running in their local elections and what those positions do on a citywide scale.
So, we're interviewing candidates and asking the real questions about their goals, values, and what they want to do for your communities across Alabama.
No spin, no speeches, just honest conversation with the people who want to lead your city.
This is In the Running.
Hey everyone, and welcome to In the Running. We're your hosts, Olivia Self.
And I'm May Dapkus, and today we are joined by Mr. David Silverstein, who is running for Mountain Brook City Council Place 2.
Nice to be with you both.
Yes, we're so glad that you're here. First, we just want to know a little bit about yourself. Can you tell us about your passions, hobbies, anything?
Well, my passion is my family. Born and raised in Mountain Brook. I have 5 kids and 14 grandkids, so you can imagine we spend a lot of time together as a family. Love to travel. Used to play a lot of golf, but between work and family, that's kind of gone by the wayside. And I am on a lot of the philanthropic boards, serving the community. So I'm busy.
So how'd you get involved in public service?
Well, I just believe that you give back. And this community, Mountain Brook, is so special, as you are experiencing growing up here, going through the school systems, which are the gold standard. Yeah. We talked a little bit before we got on the air about your aspirations for college. Well, the school system is preparing you to achieve those aspirations. So it's a very special place, and I just have always felt, I'd like to give back to the community. I served on the Mountain Brook Planning Commission, late 90s, early 2000s. And that was an exciting time for me, and able to, start that serving the community. And this is another way to do it, run for city council and ensure that we have strong leadership and good leadership, balanced leadership.
I like that. Okay. What inspired you to run for place 2 in Mountain Brook City Council?
Well, I was asked to consider running, and I decided to do it. And I believe that I bring a set of skills to the table which will serve the community well. I practiced law for almost 15 years, and then one day walked in and told my wife I was going into the real estate business. We had 5 kids under the age of 7.
Ooh,
She looked at me. Yeah, it was a little risky. Just make sure you can put food on the table was her comment. And so jumped into the world of commercial real estate and began working on a project that became known as the Summit. And I'm glad I didn't know everything I didn't know, because I would have been too intimidated.
Yeah.
So I have enjoyed being in the commercial real estate business for, 30 years or so now.
Mm-hmm. How do you think that background in real estate will help you if you are elected?
What I have learned through the process of being in commercial real estate, that you have to build consensus and public-private partnerships. You have to work with municipalities, you have to work with Department of Transportations, you have to work with the private sector, meet with neighborhood associations, and I've done that. We've built projects, been fortunate enough to build projects not only in Birmingham, but Lexington, Kentucky, and Louisville, and as far west as Reno, and all those projects required building consensus and working on, making sure that those in that community knew who I was, why I was there, and what we were going to do. And I feel very confident that the projects that I've been able to work on have, in their own way, contributed to the quality of life of those communities. So building consensus and working with the public and private sectors, I think, I have tools in the toolkit that allow me to do that.
Yeah.
I love that.
That reminds me of the 280, the link between Jemison and Lakeshore. Are you planning on doing anything with that, and how would you like allocate your experience to that plan?
Well, I commend those that have worked on the Jemison Trail. It is
Yeah.
just fabulous.
Yes, it is.
And it's made such a difference in our quality of life to have the trail system. Not only the trail system, but the sidewalk system as well, I think is really beneficial to our community. I don't really have any specific plans for the Jemison Trail because I think
Yeah.
it's just been recently redone.
Yeah, it has.
But one infrastructure improvement that I think is really needed is the enhancement to the Hollywood Bridge that crosses 280, goes from Mountain Brook to Homewood.
Yeah, to that. Yeah.
And so many people walk and jog on that bridge, and it's scary because you're just thrown into the traffic.
Yeah.
And I know that Mountain Brook and Homewood, City of Birmingham, the county, and AlDOT have been working for a number of years now to enhance that bridge with a pedestrian bridge that would be safer for the joggers and the walkers. So that's one infrastructure improvement that I'd love to get involved with and see if we can bring it to fruition, because I just think it's a much needed improvement.
We want to know, if you were to be elected, what would be your top 3 measurable goals?
Good question. Certainly make sure that we stay on budget, in today's world, being accountable to the citizens, that you maintain the budget that's passed every year for the city to operate, to ensure that, our infrastructure is maintained at a high level, and making sure we perhaps set aside money for the future to maintain the infrastructure, and, commencing discussions with our sister cities about how we can be collaborative on issues that we both face, whether it's Homewood, Birmingham, the county. There are issues that I think we should build consensus on. And I hope that with what I've learned in the past of building consensus, the city can continue to work with our sister cities.
Yes. Okay, so since you're challenging the longtime incumbent Gerald Gardner, we want to know, in what ways do you think you're going to make a difference in holding that place, and why people should vote for you?
Well, vote for me because of who I am. Okay. I commend Gerald for serving. I just think I have a different set of skills that can now be brought to Mountain Brook and to serve the council. So it's just who I am. You vote for me because you believe in what I can do, what I will do, and how I will represent the city of Mountain Brook going forward.
Okay, I love what you said about listening to residents' input of all ages. How do you plan on strengthening that connection between city council and the residents?
Well, I'd love to hold meet and greet. Go to another Broken Egg on a Wednesday morning and invite people to come and talk. I think that it's important that the council, as a member of the council, that I go out into the community, not just come see me every Tuesday night or wherever, whenever the council's meeting. But I think I would like to go out in the community on a regular basis and meet those that would like to talk about issues that are on their mind, or just hear what they have to say. I don't know that that's being held right now, these coffee sessions. I'm not saying that I do it every week, but if it's once a month or once every quarter, I think there's a way to reach out to the community versus having everybody just come to City Hall and talk to us.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I'd like to implement.
Yeah, it would be great to have some community outreach and get to know what is on Mountain Brook residents' minds.
Right. As I said earlier, listen. And being a good listener is an art. I really think it. My wife says sometimes I don't listen well, but I think I do. And I think that's an important aspect of serving in government, is being able to listen.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Next question. And we saw recently your post yesterday on Instagram, the statement about these articles coming out. So we just wanted to know if you wanted to speak on this, having donated to both Democratic and Republican parties. What drives your political engagement? What do you stand on in your political philosophy?
The candidate.
Candidate itself.
Candidate. That's been the way I have been all my years of voting. Yes, I have supported Republicans and Democrats, but I vote for the candidate.
Yeah.
I vote for the person that I think can do the job. I vote for the person because I believe he or she has the integrity, the character to hold the position that he or she is looking for. And so people should make a decision on who I am because I have voted that way all my life, you know. I knew that during this campaign I may be characterized one way or the other. That's okay. But people that know me know who I am. They know how I would govern, how I've conducted myself in the business community, how I've conducted myself in the philanthropic community. So I'll let my track record speak for itself.
I love that. Okay, could you just give us
I love that you love that.
Yes, I really do. I completely agree. It's about the candidate. It's not about how people try to skew or make people perceive you based on different groups and just stereotyping, honestly. It's
Well, in today's world, social media, there's very little fact checking.
Yeah.
So I'm on the high road. You know, vote for me because who I am, you know, and what I can do. And I feel good about that.
To close, could you just give us one sentence that would kind of summarize why people should vote for you? And you can give it to us or the audience. And you can have some time to think also. I know it's a hard question.
Vote for me August 26th because I love Mountain Brook and I want to continue to serve this community.
All right. Well,
it's hard for me to answer any question in one sentence.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure to talk with you today, Mr. Silverstein. And
well, Olivia and May, I want to commend you. This is terrific that you have engaged in the political process the way you have reached out to the candidates to understand who they are, what they stand for. And I just think you're doing a great job. I hope, will you get graded for this? Do you have a course at Mountain Brook that will grade you for this?
No, we don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this will be
Sadly,
terrific
it's for
to put on
fun.
your resume.
Yeah.
It's all about the
Terrific.
resume.
This is extracurricular that will serve you well.
Yes, sir.
And I commend you and thank
you.
you for doing it.
Well, thank you. For everyone watching, don't forget to vote on August 26th for the Mountain Brook City Council election and stay tuned for the next episode, next guest.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.